movies.
No, I don't really, that's not my interest. I mean, yes, of course, I want to sell. That would be great and is great. Yes, I got a check. It's very amazing to get a check. But that's not really my interest. If I were interested in the money angle, I would be a different person altogether. But no, I'm just plodding along with my computer making up stories. I really don't care about that. Leave that to the good publicity people.
Okay. Do you have
Yes,
good? Do you
well,
have good publicity?
I hope so. The book is just coming out now, so we shall see.
I see your press release.
I had a book signing. It was very successful at
Where
the
did you have it?
Mysterious Bookshop in Manhattan
Oh, okay.
on a rainy night. Everyone came. It was terrific. I loved it. It was, you know, the culmination of all my work. I can die now.
No, no, don't, please. And not on the show.
No.
We don't allow that.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's, well, that you're very fortunate not to have to worry about that.
Well, one does have to worry about it, but does one? No, you don't. You know, you just, I'm a housewife, and luckily I have a wonderful husband who takes care of me. You know, if you're trying to make money as a writer, that's a whole,
You have to have a job.
you absolutely do.
I do career days in high schools often, and I talk about writing. I talk about teaching, but I talk about being a writer more. And what I say to them is, if you want to write the great American novel, you have to have a job. And then I go into all the jobs that are related to writing that they could possibly have, which would help them.
I think everyone thinks, but they're different. They're going to write that one book that's going to be a great hit. Don't you think so?
I thought that of myself.
Yeah.
I was riding my bicycle. I was on vacation. I'm riding my bicycle in the beautiful beach community of Quogue. And I'm looking at these gorgeous houses, and I'm saying, the only way you are ever going to have a house like that is if you write the great American sex novel. And so that started me on my career, and then I said, well, maybe not sex. Maybe we'll do Nancy Drew meets CSI.
I think that's much more interesting, really. If it's just about sex, you know,
No, I
it's
know.
all over the place.
But that's, you know, you always talk about bestsellers, like 50 Shades of Grey. What was that about?
Well, that
And
was a
how
fluke.
long will that last, really?
Yeah. No, really. Well, that's what we think, right?
How are we going to start this production company?
Well, I have to think about this. This is my first idea, so I'm not sure. We'll have to ask some rich people.
Yes, that's what we have to
Back
do.
us. Well, we have to have a screenplay. We have to choose which book to film.
Okay.
We could film Twillyweed. It's right here on Long Island. It takes place in Seacliff. Beautiful,
Yes.
beautiful town. All hills and gullies, sailing boats. It's wonderful.
My
A
first one
visual.
is Fire Island.
And yours is Fire Island. Well, we'll start the production company off with 2 stories, mine and yours.
Yeah, because they're two different audiences.
Who do we know has a lot of money?
Well, we may know them, but probably in a very remote way.
You know what? Everyone wants to be a producer. Come on, this couldn't be that hard.
We have to start going to all of those parties in the Hamptons.
Okay. I love the studio, by the way, because it is in the Hamptons.
Yes.
And we are able to spend the night out in Amagansett, wake up to the sea. It's really a wonderful place, the Hamptons.
Inspiring.
I don't care what
to writers.
everybody says. They say, oh, it's so snobby, you know, it's no more good. It's great.
Yeah.
The light is great. Everything about it is terrific. I love it.
Well, they say, I get a chance to talk to artists often as well, and they say that the reason why there are so many artists here on Long Island is because the light here is so great, because you get the reflection from the bay and the ocean.
Absolutely.
And it creates a very different light. And I think it also creates a very different light in the minds of authors, because it's very inspirational to be out here.
What I despise are films filmed in a studio. I think once you're outdoors and you're really filming in the place it should take place, this is a wonderful thing. I don't care what the story is, I'm watching. And you can always tell when it's filmed in a studio. You can always tell.
Oh, sure, of course. Now, something very important that we have to get to here, and that's, what is your best advice for someone who is, let's say 30, okay? Because
I remember 30.
I don't. I don't remember 30 at all. But let's say someone who's 30 and they've decided that they actually do have a story in them to write. how would you direct them? And they are not, they haven't gone to school to learn how to write books. Their job is not in the writing industry. What advice would you give them on how to start?
What did Roy Kroc say, the founder of McDonald's? There is talent on every street corner. It is persistence and persistence alone that makes success. And I believe that 100%. And when I'm down and I'm not getting anywhere, I remember those words, and I truly believe them. And I think, you can't listen to people about how to do something. You have to find your own way. You have to get in there, get those secretaries aside and get to the real people and really let people read what you wrote.
But that's true, and almost every author will tell you that it's persistence that pays off, even if it's just hitting that dead spot in the book where you really, I don't know where to go from here. It's persistence in just, I did a blog on this and I said, if you have writer's block, go research your setting.
Or read a really good book, a couple pages from an author that you really admire, and that puts you back in the rhythm.
I listen to books a lot, and that makes
me too.
It gives you such an idea of their style.
Did you ever read Peter, what's his name? Oh, it was called Suspect?
Maybe.
Oh, what a great book.
Maybe.
Scary, delightful book.
So it's persistence.
Yes.
Learning. I think it's learning as well. Learn about.
Hopefully we're always learning, yeah.
Well, but learn about how to write a book. Learn about different styles. Join authors groups.
Do you really think joining authors groups is the best way to do it?
It's not the
never
best
did
way,
that.
but I think I have found it very helpful in finding out information about different ways to market, and also there are critique groups that are helpful. Mm-hmm. I think for somebody who really is a very beginning writer, it's a good idea. And I didn't do any of those things. Actually,
Now you're telling the truth.
I took a writing course, and it really was very helpful. All the writing courses I ever took were so helpful to me.
And I always think reading is the best teacher.
Yeah, well, I
Yes,
think
Pritchett. And
I don't think you write a story unless you're a reader.
I agree.
I mean, I'm trying to think of, would you write a story if you hadn't read something that inspired you? So we're inspired now because we have a few seconds left.
Oh,
We're inspired to start a production company.
I think we might do this. Next time you see us, we might be advertising our show.
Yes, that's
Right?
right. Our TV productions. We have to
What
come
will
up
we
with a
call
name.
it?
I don't know. It would have to be something as fascinating as Twillyweed.
We can't use weed. They'll think it's about drugs.
Hey, that always works, doesn't it? Somehow. But, no, I love that title. So best of luck with this book.
Thank you, Ian.
It was wonderful having you.
Thank you, Linda.
Come back again. Next book.
I'd love to. Thank
Well,
you so
it'll
much.
be our production company.
Maybe I'll interview you for your next book.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
I'd love to do that.
Sure. I've done that.